Kate, are you here? I actually got a little tilted this morning when she said, I was like, I got my eye test this afternoon, and she said, don't forget the first two letters are R and G. And I was like, for a second before I calmed down, I was like, you actually compromised the integrity of my eye test. Like, now I'm not gonna be able to, because I can't go into the eye tests. Like, I can't not know what you just told me. So like when they ask me to read the letters, like that's gonna be all fucked up now. I'm gonna end up having lenses that are too thin or too thick. Gen Alpha's so cooked, they're asking ChatGPT for the answers to the eye test. Can I just say, +2. You've added a glimmer of hope to the stream today. That's pretty good. I did read a comment on Reddit that was like, please tell me, like, I think it might have even been on r/teachers, and it was like, please tell me it's only my district that's this cooked. And they were saying like they have a class of 11th graders and not a single one has developed any critical thinking skills because they just ask AI every time they have a question. And then the top comment was like, I was like auditing a college class and they were giving a test, like orally, like the professor was giving a test and then the students were writing the answers. And they were sitting behind a girl who, like when the professor asked the question, they typed it into ChatGPT, but they couldn't figure out the right query to write to get one of the answers that would show up for like the multiple choice selections. So they just kept typing like similar variations on the question into ChatGPT until it spit out one of the words that was in the answers. And in doing so, they missed the professor giving the answers to like 6 subsequent questions. It sounds made up and engineered to make me upset with the state of the world, and it worked. But that doesn't mean it's fake. And even if it was, you could imagine that it could be real, perhaps even realer than something that actually happened. You ever think about that? I still, like, I don't know. If you gave me, and Google's gotten worse, if you gave me Google and you gave a 15-year-old kid ChatGPT, I think I still beat them. I'm becoming like one of those like 57-year-old Vim guys who's like, I don't need Visual Studio Code. I don't even need a mouse. By the time you've even loaded into your dev environment, I've already got FizzBuzz going. I've already got public static main void open. I've got the arguments filled out. Like, I'm not saying it's not going to improve and get past that, but for now, I still believe that if you go search with me, I'm going to out Google you, is my opinion. But you, excuse me, please. ChatGPT, if you're not too busy, could you please provide me with an answer to the question, what was the highest grossing movie of 1975? Me? 1975 money-making movie Reddit. Boom. It's Jaws, bitch. Yeah, I put Reddit at the end of every search now. I type like Google Finance Reddit. You go, oh, you guys aren't top 1% posters on r/Google Finance? Every post. Is it down today? Is it down? Is it down today? My graph doesn't look right. Is it down? Anybody else not able to access it right now? Is it down? I feel blessed to be part of like one of the generations that probably should have been teaching the adults to type. This is an honest question. I'm not reflecting poorly on Gen Alpha or Gen Z. Did Gen Z have the same experience as millennials, or was it like a once per century sort of thing where you would go to a computer class in 9th grade and be like, I should be teaching this fucking class? This 61-year-old dude who was born when computers were like the size of a fucking warehouse has no business teaching me how to do this. Older Gen Z is like that, okay. That's a formative like millennial experience. Is like your computer professor or your computer teacher in high school like asking you how to log into his email account. They were teaching you relevant shit like what does GUI stand for? I still remember, and this is playing the hits, so I apologize. But in 9th grade, we had to take like an information technology class, and it was 2002, so it was still like very kind of, it was Internet 1.0, let's put it that way. And it was a 10-question final exam. One of the questions worth 10% of the final, so AKA like 3% of your total grade, was go to Google Images, type in this word, and paste the first image you see into a Google document. That was worth 3% of your overall grade in the class. Like that was the level of assessment that we were getting. And that in that class, I remember being pissed off because I got a 70 which in Canada in particular in grade 9 is like not a good grade. And one of the big reasons that I got is, well, I was playing a lot of cool math games in class. But then like secondarily, one of the reasons that I got a 70 is my teacher gave me a bad mark because I didn't use the home row when I typed, even though I was typing like 90 words per minute because I was like on MSN Messenger all night, every night. It still pisses me off. Also, my teacher, and anybody who had this teacher will tell you the same thing. None of you probably went to my high school, but maybe there's one. You know who it is when I say this. We'd go to the class, 9:15 in the morning or something. He would take attendance, check his email. Like, he'd tell you what to do. He'd be like, go write a movie review in MS Word. He would check his email for like 20 minutes, and then he would leave the class. 50, 60 minutes. Nobody knows where he went. If you ever had any questions, there's nothing you could do about it. You just have to ask the internet. And then he would come back and say, you're dismissed. Like, he didn't do anything. He might have been smoking darts in the car. And honestly, I got nothing against that. At least it wasn't like in the class.
Are you reeling in the years? Sucking away the time. Are you changing your gears? Have you had enough of do diddly 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 diddly. You guys like Steely Dan?